Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Conscious Life Expo podcast. My name is Melanie. Today we have A.L. Garris. She is the woman who walks with angels. She is the rise of the goddess course creator, author, master teacher, originator of the Acasma quantum energy, and sacred expansion. And so I would like to introduce to you A.L. Garris. How are you doing today?
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me in this space. I'm very grateful to be with each and every one of you.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you at the Conscious Life Expo in February. But before we get into your workshop and lecture and about your book, which is also in the book awards, let's talk a bit about you and how you got started and the work that you do for many.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I'm so excited to share this with you all. So my name is A.L. Garris, and many know me also as Andrea. And I have the wonderful opportunity to bring reconnection and remembrance to all who are ready to do so in the understanding of your vastness. This happened for me in my own being, as I think it does for many in that which we choose to then teach and or give. We navigate the space ourselves, and we learn from it. And we open up the spaces of remembrance and reconnection, and then we're able to bring that to others. This came through for me so over many, many years of a journey, but it really expanded greatly, if you will. My voice will fluctuate. I need to say this really quickly. My voice may fluctuate. I may accentuate certain sounds. Yes, and sometimes just additional information will come in, but it's me and my being calibrating to the energy of the information that I'm sharing. And there is a connection with the higher heart and the higher mind as well. And the increments of us, yes, that are in what we might call other spaces of beings, yes, star ones, angels, all these different spaces that humanity has allowed itself to identify, but yet it is even beyond that. So I let you know that right away, that even just a regular conversation, this can happen. And I welcome it. I welcome it because I think it is us communicating with us, yes? And so my journey with this space of reconnecting and bringing in remembrance to others, we call it Acasma quantum energy. We call it that. It has a very deep and big story behind it, but which you can find in my book. But what I teach people is the understandings of Acasma quantum energy to be implemented in their own life for self-expansion, for your own understanding of yourself, reconnection with yourself, remembrance of yourself as your vastness in your now. And then at the same time, some people, many people, feel a call to even step into teaching others to do this. So I create facilitators, I create teachers. Many people in this spiritual world are very, very familiar with Reiki. So it's similar to that in the understanding of an energy modality. I was a Reiki master. And so I went through about 14, 15 years of working energy work in that specific space of understanding. And so we teach people how to implement, yes, reconnection and remembrance in the now, live from that higher space of their self, hear their teams, connect with their higher mind, their higher heart, remember who they are and activate that remembrance. And then some people also move on to becoming teachers themselves in this work that we do, Acasma quantum energy. What I really want to share today, if I could lay this at your feet to get this out to the world, is we have an incredible community space that we offer for free called the Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid. And we have people from all over the planet. We're international. We have people from all over the planet who've been joining us. We're going on 3 years. If you see this video in the time frame it was released, we're going on 3 years in December of 2023. 3 years of never missing a month of connecting on Zoom and blessing the grid of light for the planet. We started in 2020. Interesting year to start, yes? And yes, this has expanded greatly. This is free. So anybody says, I don't have a spiritual community, or my friends don't get me, or my family doesn't get me, or whatever it is, we'll get you, most likely, if you resonate with this space. And so the Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid is an outreach we offer in our community for people who are remembering who they are, that they are that vast space of divine love flowing into a form to experience itself, and reconnecting with that and implementing that in their lives and ready to be that in their forms. So the grid is a way in which we are implementing, we're rooting, we're anchoring our light into this space, right? And we also offer additional spaces off of that as well that are complementary, completely free, just because we are grateful for people who are stepping into their light and who are remembering who they are and allowing that remembrance to flow. We are here to be the new human. Many of us are here to be the new human. And the new human is very much aware of the understanding of itself beyond that which it has been programmed to believe it is. And so it is opening up the door to itself, yes, to allow that flow of remembrance into its now. And so, yes, everything changes when you allow that. Your relationships, your thought processes, your belief structures, your behavioral traits, your personality traits, it all changes because it's all energy. And Acasma quantum energy guides people through those changes, assists people with making them, with reconnecting into the spaces of their being that would facilitate those changes. So people say, I'm so done with this cycle. I keep seeing these same types of relationships, or these same types of issues, or these same types of... This is the work we do in Acasma quantum energy. We break the cycles, we end the loops, we open up the flow of the higher mind and the higher heart into the now form. So we have community outreach that's completely free. And then I have a lot of content on my YouTube channel. I have content on my Instagram channel. I'm on TikTok as well. I pulled back a little bit on TikTok. There was a thing where everybody is using people's sites to try to trick people into giving them money for services and so forth. So that went crazy over there on TikTok. So I just had pulled back a little bit to keep people safe. But this outreach is expanding and growing every year. So I was sitting in my living room in the summer of 23, and all of a sudden, go online and look up expos. What? I've never looked up an expo. I never did an expo. Go look up expos. So I look up expos, and of course, very quickly was guided directly to the Conscious Life Expo. Oh, well, what is this? I say, and I'm looking and I'm reading, and I'm like, really? I'm asking, really, really, really? And I got, yes, 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 go, go. So here I am, I'm going. And I'm really grateful for all the beautiful people I've already met in connecting with everyone who's setting this space up and preparing this space for all of us to be here together. But that's so fitting with what we're talking about, the new human. It's so fitting with what we're talking about in reconnecting and remembering and implementing that higher understanding. Conscious life, conscious life. And that's what we're here for, and every one of us is going to have a little bit of a different take on that conscious life, right? And they're going to have a little bit different way of implementation, or the speed or the rate or whatever it is. Yet we're all united, seeking from that one point of, yes, knowing we are the conscious life within the form. And we're ready to live it. We're ready to live it. We're ready to be it. So Acasma Quantum Energy, my work, my book, my free spaces, my courses, all of it. I have destination events I do twice a year, Sedona and in Florida. And all of it is the expansion of consciousness in the now, the expansion of the divine flow within the human form.
Beautiful. Yes. And so I can just imagine how much your work is not only shifting one person's life, but it's a domino effect. You're affecting the entire planet. And
I
that,
love that. I love that you said that. And there's a key part of Acasma that I love to bring in as well, and that is ancestral healing. Talk about shifting a planet. You're shifting a planet based on its entire history, not just the individual pinpoint moment of connecting, because this is quantum work, cosmic quantum energy, right? So, what does that mean? So, I do a session for someone, and and these are remote distance sessions for anybody who's wondering. When I say I do a cosmic quantum energy session, I go into the field of consciousness, the nothingness of everything. Yes. And in that field is my client, and I'm the energy source of this form moving through the field to find my client. I work with them in the field. I get all kinds of understandings and I see things, I share them and give guidance as if it's coming through. But what's happening is we're finding time and time again, the client is receiving the movement of the energy. We can call it healing, miracle, shift, whatever you want to call it. The movement of the energy, the expansion of the consciousness, and it's inevitable that it's then moving outward through to their mother, their father, the sister, the brother, the child, the grandmother, the grandfather, the great, the great, the great, the great, the great. And this is how you shift a species. This is how you ascend an entire collective. Yes. So here we have it. And I know there are many other modalities. So in no way do I, stand on my box and say, this is the only way. We're not. We're one way of many. But for those who resonate, yes, for those who feel the alignment with this space, this is a fit, So I'm really excited. I'm going to do the workshop, which I think is on Friday at noon
yes.
at the expo. And so the workshop, I'm going to talk about this some more, and then I'm going to take everybody in. So the whole group, we're just going to go quantum, and we're going to every time I do this, I have people giving me incredible feedback of divine beings present with us, because that's what's in these spaces of us. It's not like it's, what is it, like birds of a feather flock together. So you go off into the higher vibrational spaces of you, and you're going to see the beings that are in those higher vibrational spaces of us, right? Mm-hmm. And there are so many that are surrounding us with love and with guidance. So I'm very excited about that. And then on Saturday, I think it's the lecture space. So we'll be going deeper, and people can ask questions, and we'll be able to open it up even further for the understandings behind what we're doing and what we did on Friday. So I'm really excited about it. It's I know there's so much more happening. I've already had the vision and the inner knowing of, we open portals in this work as well, and we shift vibrational frequencies of the spaces, and yes, anchor the higher alignment of that. So I know that we'll be doing a lot of that there as well. But I'm really excited. So to any who already know me and may be able to get to the Conscious Life Expo, please come by the beautiful International Ballroom. I think I'm in booth 86, so I'd love to meet you. I'd love to get to know you in person. That would be lovely. And if you're able to come to the workshop or the lecture, that would be fantastic as well. So I'm very excited about it, if you can't tell.
Yes, definitely. So let's go over your workshop info for anyone who is interested in A.L. Garris Workshop at the Conscious Life Expo in February 2024. That is Being the New Human. That is Friday, February 9th at 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And anything else about that specific workshop that we need to be prepared for?
No, I think basically everything I spoke on about what it is for being a new human, I'm going to elaborate on that and take people in a little bit more intimately. And then we're going to go quantum. So the whole group will be invited to interactively travel into the quantum field. I'll guide everybody in. I'm a bridge for this. and then they can have their experiential space. And I'll be sharing information, yes, messages, anything that's coming in that would benefit us. It's like an on the spot kind of thing. So I can't I can't bullet point it too much because it's so vast. But once I get in, then we just allow the flow and I share that with everyone.
Wonderful. And then that's going to continue on to Saturday, February 10th at 12 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. as a free lecture as well. And so will that just be a part two, or is that something a little different?
I think it will be more of like expanding it, but also maybe allowing some questions from anyone who, or even if people want to share what happened on Friday and maybe have questions, reference it as well. Um, I will do my best to maintain, yes, the connection of that which I've laid out. But like I said, it's such a incredibly fluid space, if that makes sense, you know? So, I just can't box it too much, but I'm trying to give everybody a general idea of what they could expect. So expect, if you are drawn to this space, if you're drawn to this energy, expect to reconnect deeper with who you are. Yes, expect to activate that remembrance. Yes, and expect to activate the communication of you in your vastness, which is in your guidance. Yes, your inner knowing. Yes. And yes, your gifts. And for many, it's light language. I do speak light language. And sometimes I even in groups will convey languages per the individuals I'm with. So it may not be necessarily my light language, but I can convey somebody else's. So I don't judge it. I just allow. I just allow.
Right. And what do you feel, what happens to somebody or someone's soul when they start remembering who they are?
My understanding is most of the time, uh, there is a space where they give themselves the opportunity, let's say it like that. They give themselves the opportunity to release maybe some titles, roles, specifics that really aren't them anymore or were never them. Maybe somebody else gave them to them and said, you should be this when you grow up, or you should do this with your life, or whatever it is. So I find that when people get reconnected, they actually breathe in their passion more. They breathe in their truth more. They feel that life, if you will, come into the form more, and then it starts to open up, and life shifts because everything's energy. Everything is a resonance or an alignment or a not alignment, right? As we change and grow and shift. So life changes, things change, jobs change, relationships change. It all moves with the flow of the being, the energy, the consciousness. So I know that's why Acasma quantum energy, people see it as an energetic healing modality, which it is, but I love to underline that it is also an ascension modality. We are going through ascension. Everybody on the planet is going through it. Everyone at a different increment. Some are very aware, some have no clue. That's not a judgment, that's just understanding of where everything is, flowing. So Acasma quantum energy assists everyone. So no matter what increment or level or understanding you're coming in at, Acasma quantum energy meets you right where you're at and assists in what is the most optimal way for you to navigate your ascension, move through the spaces of your ascension.
Beautiful, beautiful. And tell us more about your book. That is Remember Who You Are, and the AQE Foundations. Tell us more about that. And that is in the book award. So if anybody wants to vote for her book, you can go to the
That would
consciouslifeexpo.com
be wonderful.
book awards and you can vote for her book there. So tell us more about
Okay.
your book.
All right. So the book itself is a bit about me in the very beginning, because when I first wrote the book, I wrote it all about cosmic quantum energy. And the editor said, we need to know who you are too. So I put a little bit about me in the beginning. Acasma Quantum Energy. There is a space in the beginning about me and my journey. There's some photographs in there of spacecraft that I've actually seen and photographed. And then there's also photographs of me working with higher dimensional light beings. And you can go on my YouTube channel. You don't have to get my book if you don't want to, and you'll find videos of me doing this as well. But I connect in my sanctuary, in my home, and these incredible spheres of light come through, and they're all different shapes and all different sizes and all different colors, and some will flash and some will maintain solid coloring. I had one that was 3 feet around and rainbow. Those photos are in the book. That's why that's how you get the woman who walks with angels thing. People began saying that from the video content, but I believe they're based on your belief more than anything. And there are angelics, absolutely. It's a wave of potential in the field. And there are star ones. It's a wave of potential in the field. They don't really get in their head about what we call them. Yes, they prefer we stay in our heart and have a trust and a love for the connection period. Yes, and an allowance for that period. But the book talks about that. The book talks about Acasma, the origination of the understanding of Acasma, which is the origins of Earth and architecture of Earth, the layout of the original plan. But that's not the plan that we are leaving right now. And I believe that's why Acasma came back in 2020, to assist with the implementation of the ascension. Yes. So the book takes you through what Acasma Quantum Energy is. And if you were in my course, you could use the book. And if you were in my course, it comes with a PDF, so you don't have to have the book. People say to me, why did you make the book and put the information in it that people could actually learn what you teach, and they don't have to come to your course? And I said, well, there's a very good reason for that. Everyone deserves to be free. Everyone deserves to remember. Everyone deserves to reconnect. So first and foremost, it's available. Just in the book and the understandings of the book, it's activating. If you want to learn how to facilitate for someone else, if you want to be certified, if you want to learn how to teach someone else, then you would come take the course. That's a different space of it, right? But I didn't want anybody to not have the ability to get their hands on the information, if you will. So I gave it all in the book, and it will take you through how to do a self session. It will take you through a lot about implementing the understandings of being a new human, being a human who lives from their remembrance of the divine within form. Their self is vast, their self is eternal. That's a big one for people. They don't live from I'm eternal. They live from this is it. And then this is it can seem so massive and so big, you know? But if you understand you're eternal, then that balances things quite a bit when you're navigating. I mean, it's perfect and always easy, but it means it's more balanced, you know? So the book has quite a lot in it, really, but it's I'm happy with it. The feedback's been really good. People from all different walks of life, if you will, and now we have teachers. The course itself is available in 7 different languages, which is fantastic. So we have 7 different languages available. With different, teachers across the planet that are able to teach it in beyond English, which is really fascinating and wonderful how fast that happened, because this is basically under 3 years old. So really, really big movement for an energy healing modality and an ascension modality.
Yes, amazing. And something that just crossed my mind, are you able to, I guess what we would call jump timelines, with this work? Do you think that we're able to skip past things a bit quicker when we do these types of energy work?
Yes, the wording for it can be, yes, different, if you will, but that's pretty much very accurate. Yes, because here's what is happening in my understanding. Yes. Everything is energy, and every person, when they are open to the understanding of their vastness, right? Just even open, right? I don't have to have you hook, line, and sinker, right? Open to the possibility of how vast you are. You've automatically, yes, shifted your vibration an increment or possibly more. The minute the increment of shift happens, the timelines are different. So if you're having a very large incremental shift, right? So, then you could be collapsing entire timelines, and you could, I think some might call it quantum jumping, and moving into an entirely another space. Now, this is really happening, and it's getting quite trippy because uh I had a space where I had signed a legal document, and I was selling the home, and I said who my pest control service was or something. I know this can seem silly, but people will relate. So after I sold the home, the people that bought my home came back and they were like, these people don't say they have your contract, like, because they were supposed to be able to buy my contract, right? Like the people that bought my house be able to keep the service. They say they were never your servicer. I say, oh, yes, they were. I asked my children, they say the same thing. I asked my husband, they say the same thing. We all thought it was this one company. And they say it's not. And I go back in through my records and I'm finding paperwork and invoices saying that it was this other company. And I'm like, I never called this company. Like, I've never dealt with this company. My children didn't remember it that way. My husband didn't remember it that way. And all I could think was, we left a timeline and we went on another timeline. And in that timeline, we had that company. But I mean, I signed a legal document stating, this is my company, blah, blah, blah. I would have never done that, right? And then it was just really trippy. So that's one little space of, I think, us giving ourselves proof, right? Like physical proof. We have, I think, inner knowing, but I think the physical proof is coming more and more. People talk about mandala effects, or, when I grew up, the thing was called this, and now they call it that, or the song said this, and now they're singing that. And, we're just seeing more and more of it. And I think it's because we're doing this work, we're ascending, we're waking up, we're adjusting the consciousness. And as we do that, every time we adjust that dial, we're actually keying into a different alignment of ourselves.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Thank you for explaining that to us. And so, what can you share with anybody that has never heard of a cosmic quantum energy? What can they hear from you today that might help guide them to where they need to be? Because I know not everybody is within that alignment quite yet. And I know that we're getting there. But what can you share with us and how that can help them individually, and yet again, how it can help us collectively?
I love it. Thank you so much. All right, let's do this then. All right, let's do this. If you feel to, wherever you are right now, whoever you are, doesn't matter how much you know about energy healing, how much you know about spirituality, whether you believe in angels or star beings or whatever your thing is, doesn't matter. Let's just take a minute. Just allow your breath. Just allow your breath. Yes. If you want to close your physical eyes, you can do that. We're just going to take a minute together, all right? We're just going to allow the connection. Yarosoe yatane yanatawa. That's light language. Yes. It's just a language of universe. It's a language of the divine. Yes. Just allow your breath. Yaneki yarosoa. Very good. Just allow the breath. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now you have opened up your solar plexus. This is your stomach area, an energy of center in your stomach area. You just opened that up. Whether this makes sense to you or not, it doesn't matter. The energy is open. This is a space in which you're going to allow you to expand. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to love yourself. You're going to reconnect with yourself at whatever increment is good for you. Yes. If you're open to that. If you're open, yes, to that possibility, just allow your breath. Beautiful. Just allow your breath. There you go. Oh, that's beautiful. I can feel you anchoring. Yes. Many of you, your root center is expanding. Your root lines are anchoring deeply into the earth. You're reconnecting in. And you have to do this. Yes, we are here to ground the energy into the earth. And that is how we are then able to be and hold our higher flow. Yes. Yes, the energy must be grounded. So now this reconnection has been made for anyone who wants to make it. Just allow your breath. Yes, your crown is opening. That's at the top of your head. Just allow your breath. There's no wrong way to be this space. The heart is opening. That's the I am remembrance. Yes, it is beyond the form of the human, but it is within the form. Yes, just allow your breath. Yanokoaye. Just allow your breath. Yes, you are surrounded by love. You are surrounded by light. You are safe. You are in an experience. You are in a space of yourself. Yes, to remember who you are. Just allow your breath. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Your teams are around you. For some of you, there's a very big release. There's a very big release. Something you've been carrying, something dense. Yes, a block of some kind. Just let it go. Just let it go. Yes. Just say, I let it go. Yes. Yes. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Just allow your breath. And just allow yourself to be open to your teams of light, knowing you're part of that team, knowing you are connected, knowing you are supported, knowing you are loved. Some of you, your loved ones are coming in. Yes, past loved ones are coming in. They're supporting you. Yes, there's no separation. They are always with you. You have a physical difference, yes, now, but they are still with you. Yes. Just allow your breath, please. You are so loved. Yes. Just allow your breath. We're blessing you from head to toe, crown to root, the entire body, the entire form, all the spaces of your soul. Yes, you are vast and you are having a now. Yes. Yarosoeya tauneya na tawa kea kauo, kaoa hiane asawa. We're sealing this in love, Holy One. We're sealing this in love. We're sealing this in peace. And it is yours to keep. Take it with you. Return to this space anytime you choose by simply closing your eyes and intending to. Breathing it in. Trusting yourself and knowing you are surrounded by love. Yaosoeya. Tanea nataoa. Ianakea. When you're ready, you can bring your focus back gently and slowly, whatever works for you. And if for any reason you don't want to bring it back yet, that's all right. Stay in as long as you want. Watch the end of the video later. Just remember you are loved. Allow that understanding. Allow that remembrance. Allow you.
Thank you very much. And I hope that was beneficial to everyone listening, and I'm sure that will ripple out. Thank you. And so we will go over your book one more time. It is Remember Who You Are, the Acasma Quantum Energy Foundations. Remember Who You Are. Remember that is on the Conscious Life Expo Book Awards. So anyone can go to the consciouslifeexpo.com website and vote there. And we also have the workshop for A.L. Garris. That is Friday, February 9th at 12 p.m. to 1:30. And you can also catch the free lecture that is also on Saturday, February 10th, 12 o'clock to 12:45 p.m. And before we go, would you like to share your website with us and what we can find at your website? And if you have any other social media for anyone to contact you?
Thank you. So my website is sacredexpansion.com. So sacredexpansion.com, and that's what it's all about. The website's got a lot of different spaces on it. It's a pretty big space. Expo info. I'm bringing a team with me to work with me in the space. And so all of them are listed on the site. And then my beautiful Acasma Planet of Light and Healing grid we spoke of earlier. If you'd like to join that, there's information on the grid on the website. My services, my courses, there's a lot of info there on what I do. I'm on Instagram as A.L. Garris and YouTube as A.L. Garris and TikTok as A.L. Garris as well. So I'm so grateful for this space together. Thank you, Melanie, so very much for being this space of connection.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your energy and your healings. And we look forward to seeing you at the Conscious Life Expo in February.
I'm excited. Thank you, Holy One. Thank
Thank
you.
you.